sure what happened to the straw to my brand new cup, so I've got a bendy straw that's making do. Guys, today I'd like to discuss one way that you can get your past clients to continue returning to you for future work, how to leave a lasting impression of your business and really show that you care about the product that you're putting out, that you really thank them for the service that they gave you of ordering through your business. And one way that I've come up with to really show your gratitude and thanks, it doesn't cost you a dime. Grab some of your leftover lumber. If it's something that was actually made from their piece, even better. For me, I've got some cherry pieces just kind of left over, and I cut them into little square blanks. Let me show you what you can make with these to give to your clients in a little gift bag. Just a token of appreciation and a thank you for your business. It'll make sure to leave a lasting impression in their mind, and it'll ensure that you get future business from some of your clients. So as you can see, it's really not going to cost you anything. This is some leftover sanding discs that we had from the project we made for our client. These are scrap pieces, sander. Let's go ahead and get this finished out and I'll show you what we're making. So we're not going to skip any steps while we're making these. We're going to hit it with our 80, our 120, our 150, and then our finish. Because you really want to show your quality in everything that you make. Even something that your client is getting for free as a thank you. They're going to be using these and they're going to be showing their friends and family that come over to sit at their new dining table the things that you have made for them. So you're not only leaving a lasting impression on your client, you're also securing future business through word of mouth. Let's go ahead and get these sanded all the way down to 150 and ready for our finishing step. This isn't going to take hardly any time at all, and what you get out of it is worth more than any amount of money that you're going to spend on marketing. Now make sure you don't miss that crucial step, because nothing says I really care about the work I do for you like a little blood, sweat, and tears. Now that we've got both of our faces sanded on each piece, what I'm going to do is come back through with this 120 grit, and I'm going to hit the sides, and then I'm just going to break this edge here and make sure it's nice and smooth to the touch. It doesn't take much, just a nice easy little round over there on each edge. I'm going to do this on all four sides here so that they all match. And then I'm going to come through and round over this little corner here. Make sure we hit everything, make sure everything's nice and smooth. If you've got a couple little saw marks on here, like you can see from my miter saw when I cut these, I like to leave those, especially on something like this. It's a free gift, and it shows to them and to anyone else that might be a potential client that yes, your stuff is handmade. There's one down. Let's get these other 3 done and we'll get our finish on. Alright, so the finish that I like to use for these really small pieces is this fast drying wipe-on poly. It dries super quick, so you can get 2 or 3 coats on in about an hour. Ensures that you're really not spending too much time at all on these little freebie gifts, keeping you productive. I like to save all these little triangles. I've got a whole handful of them that I keep down underneath my work table. So whenever I need to elevate a piece, say for drying, all I have to do is set them up in this nice little triangle formation. And it keeps me from paying for those little drying cones that you see everybody buying. So let's get our first coat of our wipe-on finish applied. What you're gonna do is just dump a small amount onto a clean cloth like this. Then you're just gonna rub it into the piece of wood here in a circular motion. Make sure everything is saturated, make sure you're going in all directions. You want to make sure that you're really getting down into those fibers of the wood. So we'll hit the bottom. Flip it here and hit the top. And then we'll go ahead and get that rubbed into the sides there. Check out how nice and rich that little chunk of cherry is that we had that we were about to just pitch in the trash. Now I'm happy that it's found a use. Awesome. So now our first coat is applied. We're going to let that sit and dry for about 15 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and we'll put a second coat on it and see what it looks like. I kind of like to leave that natural look. We know that we've got the protection of the poly on there once it soaks into the fibers and hardens. We don't need a huge top coat laying over, making it too glossy. Like I said, I really like to leave that natural wood, and it gives them the option in the future. I always let them know, if you want to pick up any kind of a butcher block wax, you know, any kind of a wax sealant like that, if you notice that you start getting water rings or anything on your cup holders, you can go ahead and just get some of that and apply it on there. Alright, so it's been a few minutes here. Let's get this cracked open and get another coat wiped onto these guys. That's our second coat. I think that looks really good the way that it is, so we're going to let this dry fully. I'll give it probably about an hour and we'll come back to them. I've got some adhesive cork that we're going to put on the bottom, and then I'll show you the final product. Alright guys, now that everything's finished on these, they're looking great. We're going to determine which side we want for the top and which side we want for the bottom. Like say this one here looks nice and neat on the bottom, but on the top we've got a little blemish, a little spot, you know, in our wood that we want to hide, so we'll put that one bottom up. This one's got some wormholes in it. The bottom is worse than the top, so we're going to put that bottom up. This one's about the same on either side. This one, I just really like the grain on this side more. And now we have these adhesive little cork pads. Adds a nice, subtle little touch. Keeps them from scratching their new furniture piece that you just dropped off to them. Peel the backing, stick that guy on there. Alright, how do you like that, guys? So now we've got custom, handmade, cherry, white oak, walnut, pine, whatever you have, whatever's lying around the shop. Cut it into a square, sand it down nice and neat, put your finish on it. Give them these in a nice little gift bag, you know, something small, a little thank you card, put a handful of your business cards in there. And every time they get these coasters out and they sit at their dining table, they sit at their coffee table, they set their Coke on their end table that you made for them, and they put it on this little gift that you gave, they're gonna think about you, they're gonna think about your business, and they're gonna start running through their head, what piece do I want him to make next? Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button below. Every single one of your guys' subscriptions helps grow the channel, and it helps me keep putting out the content that you guys are looking for. After you're done with this video, feel free to go check out one of our others. We're going to be uploading 2 to 3 videos every single week for as long as I can possibly imagine. All right, thanks guys. See ya.